Previously on BytesTV. So, would you like to do an intro? We at BytesTV are celebrating the 3D release of Star. Making her BytesTV appearance for the first time, everybody, welcome Shay!
Thanks, guys. I'm excited to be here with you two. Bye, guys. Thanks for having me.
That girl's our last hope.
No, there is another.
ずっと待ってたんだけど。
あ、知ってるよ。
聞きたいことがあるんだ。
お？多分分かってる。実は俺もなんか言いたいことあるんだよ。
あのね、もしよかったら
あ、いいよいいよ。付き合ってあげるよ。
え？
シェイ、実はずっと好きだったんだけど、同じ気持ちって分かってほっとしたよ。
冗談やめてよ。BytesTV の司会をしたいかどうか聞きたかったんだけど。
へえ、それだけかよ。
もう少しでハマるところだったよ。
Hey guys, it's Valen
and Ashley welcoming you to another edition of BytesTV, where we'll be sharing with you all the latest news in technology.
Let's get things started with another video from Starlet Shay. So watch this.
Sit back, relax, and put your headphones on. She's got the vids to keep you watching YouTube all night long. Her name is Shay.
This is Shay, and today I'm here at Queen's Medical Hospital with
Cedric Lorenzo.
And we're here to check out the latest and greatest robot technology, the Vinci S.I. In a quick way, what is it?
The Vinci S.I is the latest and the greatest in surgical robotic instrumentation. This allows us to perform surgery in some of the tightest, most difficult places, perform the surgery with great precision, less blood loss, and for patients, improve their function afterwards, get them back to work as soon as possible, and with little pain and better outcomes, and better cosmetic outcomes after the operation.
So robot, meaning that the robot does all the work and you just kind of hang out?
I wish, no. What happens is that the surgeon will sit at the surgical console right there, and your movements that are on the console are then translated to the robot here. So no thinking is done by the robot, the thinking is still done by your surgeon.
Oh, so no kickbacking and relaxing, you're
no,
actually
I wish
working.
you could do that. Yeah, we're actually working. But it's done in a way that's very ergonomic, so the wear and tear on the surgeon is not as great.
Can you give us a little overview about what we see here?
All right, so this is the patient side cart. This is the part of the robotic system that actually comes to the operating room table. And you have many arms kind of looking like an octopus, and each arm is attached to an instrument. And with pulley systems, the instruments are then moved based on what the surgeon is doing there at the surgeon console. So we can do that with great precision, less tremor, with great accuracy.
Let's check out the console where the surgeon sits down.
So this is the surgeon console where the surgeon will actually sit, and very comfortably, of course, and the surgeon will then put their two hands and their fingers here at these manipulators and be able to visualize the surgical field using this 3D high definition technology. And this is where the surgeon is able to then manipulate the actual side cart, that's what we saw earlier, and perform the actual operation.
ice pedals down there. Do you use those pedals down there too?
Exactly. So these pedals are used to control different functions of the robot, including energy. We employ energy in surgery to cut vessels, decrease bleeding, and to perform as bloodless an operation as possible. So this is what some of these pedals allow us to operate. This also allows us to take pictures, to move the camera, to readjust if we need to. So this is almost like, you know, driving a car. There's various controls and instruments that you use with your hands, but also with your feet. There's also different ways to, like, you know, like when you adjust the seats in your car, you can bring this down so that, you know, it's to your height. I mean, someone like me who's very tall, of course, you know, has to have it brought all the way down. Someone who's 6 feet high might need to have this, you know, brought up a little bit more. So again, the whole point is getting the surgeons comfortable so that they're able to perform surgery in a very ergonomic way with less wear and tear on them, and maybe have you operate till you're 90, I don't know.
You said bloodless as possible. What do you mean as bloodless as possible? Is they're just, patients are in and out a little bit quicker because of this, or?
That's part of it, but what this allows us to do is actually visualize a lot of the planes that we're operating on. Sometimes when people used to do surgery in an open setting, a lot of it was, you know, very distant from your eyes because you're trying to operate under bony structures and whatnot. And the precision was there, but not as great as it is with the robot. By allowing us more precision and allow us to bring in instruments that help control bleeding, we're able to decrease the blood loss in various operations because of it.
That's very neat. What is the average amount of time a patient would spend in here? I know it varies from what they're undergoing here, but how long would a surgeon be sitting at this robot?
It depends, like you said, on the type of operation being performed. You can do surgeries with the robot that last less than an hour, and sometimes, you know, 5+ hours. It really depends on what the patient is coming in for, how complex the operation is, how sick the patient is. Sometimes if you have huge tumors, for example, it takes a lot of delicate work. And in order to get the whole entire tumor out, and again with little blood loss, you have to go very slow, but again with fine movements using the robot.
So could you show us the headquarters and the main part where all the information is stored and how the information gets to the actual arms over there?
Okay. So again, this is the console, this is the side cart. This is basically the control unit. This is where everything is sort of integrated. And so if you take a look over here, you see where we have all of our light cords, basically our CPU. This is where all of the information and data is integrated. And we have extra space here for different other devices. But this is where the processing or the brains of the system lie. And all of them are connected with cables. So if you take a look on the floor, there's all these different cables that connect all the different units together. And so one of the great things about this new model is that the number of wires going from one unit to the other is less. So setup for the OR staff is much, much quicker.
Could you show us an example?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So I have my right and left hand and my fingers in the manipulating or the master controls. And as you can see here, as I'm moving my right hand, it's translating to movements on the robotic arm. And I'm using my right fingers to pick up this green rubber band here. Then I'm going to bring my left fingers to stretch it apart. So you can see how every movement I make with my hands is being translated one-to-one to the robotic movements. You see that?
Yes. Now, is that something that needs advanced training, or can someone like me just kind of hop on there and see if I can move those rubber bands?
I think you could do it. We had, you know, we recently had a mall tour, and we've had kids, I think as young as 5 or 6, getting on this robot. So part of the way the robot is designed, and if you take a look at the robot's parent company, it's called Intuitive. It really translates movements that we find very natural, very intuitive, and allows us to perform surgery. So it doesn't take a lot. I mean, you definitely need the surgical training to know what tissues you're working with, but to basically use the robot and to manipulate the robotic arms, you don't need much training for that. So we can get you on.
All right, let's try it.
All right. So We'll get you back situated. So make sure that the eyes are at a good level. Is that good for you?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and put your fingers back in the master controls.
Here.
Okay, good. And your left hand is the one that has the bipolar. So you try and open and close the device. Okay, that's a curved instrument, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna take this foot and you're gonna go one more over right there. That blue pedal is the control.
Oh.
Is that amazing?
Yes. I noticed that this is shown in 3D here.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's 3D high definition. So again, that's what makes up for our loss of haptics. Again, when you use the robot still doesn't have that capability to give you feedback of touch. So we don't know how much we're pressing on the tissue, but that it's made up because the vision that we get to see is much greater than our own. So we get to see things in such great detail, it's amazing.
Any last words you want to say about the high-tech thing that's going on in this room?
It's amazing how much technology has changed over the last 10 years, and it's amazing that the Queens Medical Center at this point is still the only center outside of Tripler that has this technology, and it allows us to perform some great work on the people of Hawaii. So if you're considering surgery, consider the Queens Medical Center.
I'm really anti anything and everything medical. I'm a person that needs to be really prepared for even getting a TB test shot. Blood test is just really not my thing. But after seeing this, I think I'm okay with a surgeon operating me on this because I know it's going to be less blood and it's more precision and
less pain,
hopefully, and that I won't be as, I guess, exposed, right? Because you're really working in a small place as opposed to like opening everything up.
Absolutely. What we're trying to do is minimize the trauma that we cause. And so by using technology like this, we're able to really focus our efforts on the organ that we're operating on, and eventually, you know, patients go home sooner. You get to recover at home instead of in the hospital. So yeah, you know, this is, if you needed this operation or needed surgery, this is one way to get it done in a way that's not going to be too intrusive.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming today.
And that's all for today. Thank you. See you.
Wow, that was cool. Yeah, I want to do that. Go down to Queens and get my Grey's Anatomy on. Now, I'll rock that scalpel any day. Wow, what's so funny?
Can you even spell scalpel? Do it right now. Right now. I dare you.
S-C-A-L-L-P-U-L.
You're so close. But at least we know what your doctor nickname would be.
What?
Dr. McDummy.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just joking. I'm sorry. No. Well, joke's on him, because I can't even spell scalpel. Welcome back to the show. And look who else is back. We made up over the break.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Valen.
Hug.
Nice hug. Bring it in.
I'll get you back one of these days. Just you wait. She smells nice.
Wow, this hug is lasting a little longer than I'd like it to. Anyway, it's time for another edition of BytesTV Basics.
Yeah, give it up for my boy Travis.
What's up, guys? It's Travis here to get you all brushed up on your BytesTV basics. So those of you that know me know that I love taking pictures. But you know what else I love? My iPhone. And the camera on this thing ain't too bad either. Today, I'll show you all how to bring out the full potential of your iPhone's camera. The introduction of the iOS 5 brought with it the ability to snap a photo by pressing the volume up button on the side of the phone. Pretty nifty feature for sure. But did you also know that the same feature is available when you connect a pair of Apple headphones to your phone? Just plug them in and press the volume up button, and voila! You're taking pictures with your headphones. Pretty cool, right? Now let's move on to focus and lighting. The iPhone's camera automatically focuses and adjusts exposure when aiming at a subject. But what you can also do is tap anywhere on the screen and focus and exposure will be adjusted for that particular area. However, if you move the camera around too much, these settings will change. To stop that from happening, all you have to do is tap and hold the desired area on the screen until the blue box pulsates. Once that happens, a little message shows up at the bottom of the screen which reads AE/AF lock, which means you can now move the camera around as much as you want and the focus and exposure settings won't change. Next up is a little something called rule of thirds. If you didn't already know, there is a grid option now available on iPhone cameras. Just press Options, turn on the grid feature, and hit Done. With this grid, you may now utilize the rule of thirds. Many photography buffs believe that if you align subjects along these horizontal and vertical lines, or at their intersections, you create a much more pleasing photo, like so. Now that you've taken a photo, you might want to crop it to change the composition. iOS has that capability, but I'll show you an even faster way to do it. Just open the photo in your photo gallery and pinch the zoom to your desired composition. Then hold the home button and tap the lock button to take a screen capture. This new image is now automatically saved in your camera roll. Easy, right? So there you have it, 4 easy tips for taking better iPhone pictures. Catch you on the flip side.
Thanks, Trav. Can't wait to try those tips myself.
We'll be right back.
This segment of BytesTV is brought to you by GameTrailer.com, your online video source for game trailers, reviews, tips, and tricks.
The world's greatest heroes are all here.
Though Capcom was on call with Street Fighter for the launch of the 3DS, this time it's all about Marvel as Sony's latest handheld disembarks on store shelves. Of all the terms accumulating on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3's ever-expanding list of descriptors, portable is the one sure to give many fighting game fans pause. Does this miniaturized version of last year's celebrated slugfest deliver on the hype? Put short, dedicated Versus players will be happy to know that the portable iteration maintains excellent gameplay parity with the console release. No small feat considering the 60 frames per second, 3-on-3 tag team madness integral to the series' feel. With all of the aerial shenanigans and life-shattering combos of the original, the Vita version certainly doesn't skimp on performance or content. All of the default fighters, stages, and modes are represented in full, and there are even a few original features in this extended handheld bout. Of note is a long-desired replay option, a feature axed in the console version that gives users the ability to view and download archived matches from all over the world. Optional hitbox display gilds the lily for experienced players, but those less interested in the arcana of frame data may find value in the touchscreen-enabled canned combos, which are meant to ease newcomers into the game's more demanding techniques. Some of the other new features, however, aren't quite so interesting. Using the Vita as a remote controller for the PS3 version sticks out as being particularly superfluous.
This game is over.
As far as the genuine Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 experience goes, compromise isn't something that longtime fighting game fans have to worry about in this well-handled port. Online play holds up admirably to the lobby features and netcode standards of the original, and dedicated pad players should find little trouble adjusting their links, loops, and launchers to the Vita's crisp controls. Of course, that also means potentially buying Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a third time in a little less than a year.
What I do isn't very nice.
But if you insist on some of the best fighting you'll experience yet on the go, you won't find much better than this.
Hold that.
Welcome back to BytesTV.
So I recently had the pleasure of test driving a new set of wheels from our contacts over at Scion.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I want to check out this bad boy.
Well, you're about to. Take a look at this. Hey guys, right now we're at Alamoana Beach Park test driving the new Scion IQ, courtesy of our friends over at Scion. Let's check it out. On the outside, the Scion IQ measures at 120 inches long, 66 inches wide, and 59 inches tall, making it a pretty compact car. Don't let those measurements fool you though. Step into the vehicle and you'll be surprised at just how much room there actually is. The car can seat up to 4 people, and when driving solo, you can even flip the back seat down and create some makeshift trunk space. Now, for a tall person like myself, it's important to have ample legroom so that I can drive comfortably in the car. Well, the Scion IQ allows you to get just that with adjustable seating, ensuring that even the tallest person can fit comfortably in the car. And for those concerned with driving safety like me, the vehicle comes with many safety features that will definitely come in handy, like vehicle stability and traction control, anti-lock brake system, electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, and smart stop technology. The car's MPG ranges from 36 to 37 miles, and the tank can hold up to 8.5 gallons. Pretty impressive for a car in its class, huh? And the IQ is not just economical, it is also fun. It comes standard with Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect your cell phone to the car and hold telephone conversation hands-free while driving. You can also listen to your music through the Pioneer audio system by connecting your iPod to the USB audio jack. And listening to the radio is made easier by the tuner shortcut buttons located on the steering wheel. The car starts at a base price of $16,000 with financing options available through all major Hawaii banks and credit unions. There are also rebate programs offered to recent college graduates and military personnel. It's available in a variety of colors and is a great car for teenagers and young adults, or for those shopping around for their first car. So what are you waiting for? If you haven't checked this out yet, head on down to Servco Scion's Mapunaputta location. Go! Right now! In the meantime, I'm gonna drive this baby around some more. See you guys later! Woo!
Hey, that looked like fun to shoot.
It was, and driving it was so easy. I could have driven that thing all day long.
I bet. Hey, when do I get to do fun stuff like that?
So that marks the end of another fun and exciting episode of BytesTV. If you haven't already, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/BytesTV, or you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/BytesTV.
And don't forget to catch us on OC16. Episodes air every Mondays at 6.
Bye, you guys.
Have a good summer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you would like to be on BytesTV, or you simply have a story or idea for our show, we want to hear from you. Contact us today.
Hey guys, it's Valen.
Okay.
And I'm Summer.
Oh,
Hey guys, it's Valen. That's Summer.
I think I was gonna say summer. And summer.
Give me Summer.
Summer.
Cool. I like it.
Welcoming you to another edition of BytesTV, where we'll be sharing with you all the latest news in technology.
Well, let's get things started with another video.
Dr. McDonald's feelings are a little hurt.
I'm not even looking like right at the camera either. It's bad. I bet my eyes are like trailing off. This is why I need Adderall. I hope that doesn't record that.
Oh, that's cool.
If you haven't already, check us out on Twitter at Twitter
at /Bites. You try.
Shake weight. Oh yeah. I can feel my biceps. I can't
Check
talk.
these guns. Gun show.
Woo!
You see that guy over there?
I see it.
Yeah, he's over there.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, I gotta scratch my back.
Airs every Mondays at 6.
Hi, this is Val, and welcome back to another episode of BytesTV. Here to bring you the latest in tech news, gadgets, and this.